prepare your luggage, not only with your hands, but also with alertness in your heart, because I am calling you to step into an urgent shift that you must not take lightly. This is not a careless word, nor is it a passing feeling for you to push aside and continue as though nothing is happening. I am drawing near to you with the voice of a merciful Father, who clearly sees what lies ahead before you can see it, and who knows the movements quietly forming around you before they touch your life. My beloved child, do not let the familiarity of where you are standing cause you to mistake it for safety. There are times when the place that once felt secure is no longer the place you are appointed to remain. And there are times when true peace is not found in clinging tightly, but in knowing how to listen and how to move at the right time. I am telling you to prepare, not only because there is an outward event, but because something within you also needs to be put back in order. There are belongings you need to pack, and there are also burdens you need to lay down. There are things that need to be prepared, and there are also fears that are not allowed to go with you into the new season. There are doors that need to be closed, words that do not yet need to be spoken, and concerns that need to be surrendered to me in trust. When I call you to shift, I am not only speaking of footsteps leaving an old position, I am speaking of your heart no longer clinging to things that have lost their ability to protect you. I am speaking of your need to distinguish between true stability and delay disguised as familiarity. I am speaking of your need to recognize that not every place you have grown used to remaining is a place where I want you to continue staying. There is a transition taking place around you, and although your eyes cannot yet see it in full, I can see every part of it clearly. I see what is drawing near. I see the roads ahead. I see what could cause disruption if you continue delaying. I also see the way of escape that has been prepared before you even know you need one. What seems sudden to you is not sudden to me. What may startle you tomorrow has already been within my knowledge, and that is why I am calling you today. I do not wait until everything crashes in before I speak. I do not leave you to manage in panic and only then try to lift you up. I am speaking beforehand, drawing you close, placing discernment into your hands so that you do not have to step into what is not meant for you. Do not misunderstand this urgency as a trap of fear. I do not use fear to rule your heart. I use truth to protect you. There is a great difference between panic and alertness. Panic makes you run without knowing where you are running. Alertness keeps you near me and helps you know which step to take. Panic makes you hear every sound as a threat. Alertness helps you recognize my voice among many mixed sounds. I do not want you disturbed. I want you prepared. I do not want you reckless. I want you decisive. I do not want you suspicious of everything. I want you to discern what is pulling you away from safety and what is opening the way for you to step into a protected place. There are times when I whisper very softly, like a breeze touching your heart, to remind you to slow down. There are also times when I speak more strongly, more clearly, more closely, because you have stood too near a boundary where hesitation could cause you to carry unnecessary weight. I have seen you delay. I have seen you wonder whether you were imagining too much. I have seen you question, consider, and then return to what is familiar because you are afraid of change. I do not blame you for feeling unsteady. I know your heart has grown tired after many seasons of having to protect itself. But now, I am not only inviting you to think, I am calling you to act with wisdom. Action does not always mean running far away. Sometimes action means preparing. Sometimes it means packing. Sometimes it means leaving a conversation. Sometimes it means stopping a plan. Sometimes it means avoiding a place. Sometimes it means saying no to what yesterday you still thought you should accept. Your current path contains something you were not appointed to face. I do not say this so that you will look at life with suspicion, but so that you will recognize there are turns you need to avoid even when they look ordinary. There are meetings that should not be prolonged. There are invitations that should not be accepted. There are plans that need to be postponed. There are places you should not enter, simply because others say there is nothing to worry about. I see what is hidden beneath the surface. I know the outcome of choices when you have only seen their beginning. Because I love you, I intervene before it touches you. Because I care for you, I do not let you step deeper without warning. Because I am guarding you, I place a holy uneasiness in your heart, so that you will not fall asleep right before the moment when you need to wake up. If you do not yet understand every detail, that does not mean you cannot obey. You do not need to see the whole map in order to follow the light in front of you. There are times when I give you only enough clarity for the next step, because that very next step will open clarity for the one after it. If you demand to understand everything before you move, you may lose the timing. If you wait for everyone to agree before you trust what I have placed in your heart, you may allow their doubt to slow down the protection meant for you. Learn to trust me even when you do not have every answer. I am not leading you away from blessing. I am leading you away from what could steal your peace before the blessing has time to take root. I am not moving you to make you lack. I am repositioning you to place you somewhere safer, clearer, and more aligned with what I am preparing. So begin with simplicity. Pack what needs to be packed. Put in order what is still tangled. Set aside what is unnecessary. Keep close what truly matters. Check the doors you have left open, both in your home and in your heart. Reconsider tomorrow's plans. Slow down before decisions that make your heart feel heavy. Do not step into anything simply because you are afraid of disappointing someone else. Your obedience in this moment does not need to be noisy, but it does need to be real. A quiet step of preparation can become a wall of protection. A timely withdrawal can keep you from great harm. A calm decision today can change the entire outcome of tomorrow. My beloved child, I am near you in this shift. I am not standing far away, giving commands and leaving you to walk alone. I go before you to open the way, walk beside you to support you, and place peace within you so that you can recognize the path where I am leading. Do not fear change when that change is covered by my guidance. Do not cling to the old place simply because the new place has not yet fully appeared. Do not let hesitation slow down what has been prepared to protect you. Rise in humility. Quietly prepare. And trust that I know what I am doing. If I tell you to move, it means I have seen the place you need to avoid. If I tell you to prepare, it means I have already arranged support. If I call you today, it means tomorrow does not need to overwhelm you. Walk close to me, listen carefully to me, and move in alertness. You will see that my warning is not meant to take away your peace, but to bring you into a place where peace is preserved more firmly. I am the Lord, your God, and the word I speak is never empty or shifting with the wind. My beloved child, let this sink deep into your heart. If I have promised restoration, then restoration will come at the time I have appointed. If I have declared that blessing will touch your life, then no delay can hold it back forever. I need you to trust me in this hour more than you ever have before. Not with a weak faith that depends only on what your eyes can see, but with a hope rooted in my faithfulness. There is something I am doing behind what you can understand. And when it is revealed, you will be overwhelmed as you realize that even the seasons that seemed silent were being used by me to rearrange everything. The very hand that hung the lights in the sky and set the rhythm for day and night is now touching your life to repair what was once thrown into disorder. I see where the enemy tried to sow brokenness. I see the connections that left and created a cold emptiness within you. I see the nights when you lay still but your heart was not at rest. The times when loneliness came knocking and you wondered whether anyone truly understood your weariness. I know that pain, my beloved child. I do not stand far away watching you suffer. I have been near you even in the hours when you could not feel me. I did not withdraw from you when you were weak, did not turn away when you doubted, did not abandon you in a house full of sighs. I was still there, quietly covering you, carrying you through each day you thought you could not survive. Tonight, I am placing my presence over your home like a garment of peace. Where there was pressure, I am breathing in relief. Where there was anxiety, I am planting calm. Where unanswered questions once echoed, I am preparing new clarity. My radiant messengers have been sent out to stand in the work you cannot see for yourself. They do not come with noise to frighten you, but with holy authority to break what has stood in the way of your blessing for too long. Strongholds of fear are being shaken. Negative words that once clung to your heart are losing their weight. Doors that were tightly shut by delay, doubt, and pain are being placed under my command. This is not a coincidence. This is an encounter arranged for you in this hour. You did not hear this word by accident. You did not suddenly feel your heart being pulled back by chance. There is a confirmation moving within you, a gentle knowing that I am speaking directly to you. Even as these words touch your ears, invisible cords that once held you in a feeling of being stuck are beginning to loosen. Things that were delayed are being called back into the right flow. What was once held back is being given a way forward. The provision you need, the healing you prayed for, the call you waited for, the answer you thought had been lost in the silence. All of it is being rearranged by me, according to my order. When I move, no power can rise above my will. No darkness is so deep that my light cannot pierce through it. No human curse can be stronger than my blessing. No barrier built by delay, fear, or opposition can stand forever before the command of the one who has called you by name. Listen carefully. Your life is not as small as those voices once made you believe. You were not chosen by mistake. You were not overlooked. You are not someone standing outside blessing only to watch others enter. I allowed this word to find you today because you matter in my plan. And because the dark season you passed through is not where your story ends. Your tears have not been wasted. Every time you cried in silence, I saw. Every time you tried to appear strong while you were tired inside, I understood. Every time you rose again, though no one knew how much courage you had to gather, I upheld you. The time you walked through darkness was not used to destroy you, but to prepare you for the light I am setting upon you. There are qualities that are only refined in the valley. There is maturity that only forms when you no longer depend on the applause of others. There are depths of faith that only appear when you learn to trust me, even before you see a clear sign. Do not let fear whisper that you are unworthy. Do not let old mistakes stand before you like a wall. Do not let the past call you by names I never placed upon you. I loved you before you knew how to love yourself. I called you when you were still tangled and confused. I saw goodness in you even when you only saw the broken parts. The holy sacrifice opened the way for grace, and that grace does not come to you as a reward for perfection, but as a gift of unchanging love. You do not enter restoration because you were never weak. You enter because I have decided to love you, lift you, and make you new. Therefore, lift your head in humility. Let your heart stop shrinking before the threats of darkness. Let your home be filled with thanksgiving instead of complaints. Keep your mouth from words of doubt, because I am working, even when everything has not yet appeared before your eyes. Do not break your peace by trying to find every answer in one day. I will reveal step by step. I will open door by door. I will send the right person, the right help, the right confirmation, and the right opportunity at the right time. What you need to do is stay close to me. Listen to me, and do not return to the habits that once pulled you away from clarity. My beloved child, what I am restoring will touch many areas of your life. I am touching your finances, but not only your finances, I am touching your peace, your faith, the confidence you lost, and the dreams you buried because you feared another disappointment. I am pulling you out of the feeling of being trapped, out of the voice that says everything is too late, out of the cycle that makes you hope and then fear again. A new season is being prepared, and you will not enter it as someone panicked, but as a child who is protected, called by name, covered, and led. I say to you again, I do not lie. What I have promised, I know how to complete. What I have begun in you, I will not abandon halfway. What I am loosening, no darkness can bind again. If you stay near me and walk in obedience, receive this word as a sign of love, not as a burden. Let your heart open before grace. Believe that restoration is coming, blessing is moving, and your home is being covered by my presence. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. I am bringing you from a season of enduring into a season of testifying about the faithfulness of the Father who has always been with you. Now, my beloved child, if this word has touched the deepest place within you and you sense that a breakthrough is drawing very near, I want you to respond with a small but meaningful act, like this message, not as a passing habit, but as a sign of faith, as a quiet agreement that you believe what I am doing is not only for you, but can also touch many other children of mine who need to be strengthened. There are people going through longer nights than you imagine, hearts growing weary in silence, people standing at the edge of despair who only need one reminder to know that I am still near. When you take a small action with sincerity, I can use it like a gentle wave that travels farther than your eyes can see, touching places you do not know, lifting people you have never met, and planting hope in lives that have become dry from waiting. You never know who needs to hear this very word at this very moment. There may be someone sitting in a quiet room, wondering whether I still hear them. There may be someone who has just wiped away tears, trying to appear strong before everyone, while inside they are breaking little by little. There may be someone who has asked for a sign for many days, many months, and then is unexpectedly led to this message as a gentle answer. You may think pressing like is only a very small action, but in my hands, even something small can become a bridge for encouragement, awakening, and healing. I can use your response to bring this word to someone who is very close to giving up, so that they may know they have not been forgotten, that there is still light, still a way forward, and still my hand reaching out to lift them up. In that way, you become my messenger in a world that is deeply thirsty for hope. You do not need to stand on a high platform, speak great words, or be known by everyone in order to take part in my work. Sometimes, partnering with me begins with a simple action, an agreement in the heart, a choice to help what is good spread farther. When you choose to let this message go farther, you are planting a seed, and that seed may grow in the heart of someone who is trembling, may become comfort for someone who is exhausted, may become light for someone who does not know how to keep walking. Do not underestimate the small thing you do in faith, because I often use humble things to open results greater than you can imagine. I see your sleepless nights. I see the times you lay there with your eyes open in the darkness, your mind full of questions, and your heart tired from waiting too long. I see the tears you quickly wiped away before anyone else could notice. I see the times you tried to keep your voice normal, while inside you were stretched by worries that were not easy to speak about. Not one cry from you has disappeared into emptiness. Not one prayer from your heart has been ignored by me. There are words you spoke aloud, words that only rose like a breath, and words you did not even know how to express, yet all of them came before me. I am not distant from your pain. I am not unmoved by your waiting. I was listening even in the moments when you thought the sky was completely silent. You may have felt alone, but you have never truly been by yourself. I have been with you through every storm, every unclear season, every road where you thought you no longer had enough strength to continue. When you thought you were only holding yourself together, I was quietly adding strength to you. When you thought you were about to collapse, I kept you standing for one more day. When you did not know what to pray for, I still understood what was happening within you. I walked with you in places no one else could see. I stood beside you in battles you could not explain to others. I protected you from many things you never knew about. And I am still covering your life with goodness, kindness, and love that does not leave. While you wait for that person to be revealed, I want you to remember that you are not powerless. You are not simply standing still in uncertain expectation. You are being prepared, guided, and preserved. I know you have wondered when it will become clear, when that connection will come into the light, when what you feel in your heart will become something you can recognize with peace. But my beloved child, Do not let the waiting make you forget the power of my presence in the present. I am not only the one who will act in the future, I am with you right now. I am teaching you patience without despair, hope without haste, and openness without losing wisdom. What is coming will not require you to force it. What comes from me will be revealed with clarity at the right time. I am the one who goes before you to open the way, stands behind you to guard you, and walks beside you so you do not have to go alone. Before you arrive anywhere, I have already seen what is waiting there. Before you make a decision, I have already known the possible outcomes. Before you meet a person, I have already seen what that person brings into your life. So trust me in every step. I go before you to soften hard doors, arrange meetings at the right time, and turn things you cannot turn on your own. I stand behind you to protect you from what tries to pull you back, from words that make you waver, and from fears that want to imprison you in the past. I walk beside you to remind you that each day you are still being guided, still being loved, still being upheld. You are surrounded on every side by my goodness and kindness. Even when you look ahead and see what is unclear, I am still there. Even when you look behind and see the things that hurt you, I can still turn even those broken pieces into lessons of growth. Even when you look around and see that others do not understand what you are going through, I still understand you fully. No direction in your life is outside the reach of my care. When you feel weak, do not be ashamed of that weakness. Lean on my steady arm. Let my strength lift you where your own strength is not enough. Let my peace fill the empty spaces that anxiety tried to occupy. Let my presence become the place where you rest, where you recover, and where you find again the faith that you are still being led toward what is good. I am not asking you to strain yourself to prove your faith. I only invite you to come closer. Listen, respond, and believe that I am doing more than you can see. Your small action today may open the way for encouragement to reach someone else. But at the same time, it will also remind you that you no longer want to stand outside the flow of what I am doing. Let your heart say yes to hope. Let your hands take part in what is good. Let your presence in this moment become a declaration that you still believe. Still wait. Still open your heart to what I am preparing. And as you continue to walk, remember that I have seen every tear, heard every sigh, kept you through every storm. And I will not leave you when your season of breakthrough is drawing nearer than ever before. You did not come across this message by some meaningless accident, because there are moments when I allow you to touch exactly the word you need to hear at the very time your heart needs to be lifted. Perhaps doubtful voices will try to convince you that you should ignore it. Scroll past it and tell yourself this word is for someone else and not for you. But I speak to you in love. This word is touching you, the one who has fought silently behind closed doors, the one who still tried to smile while everything inside felt as though it was shaking, the one who many times whispered prayers in the darkness without knowing whether anyone heard. I heard, my beloved child. I saw you in the nights when you could not explain the heaviness in your heart. Saw you when you wiped your tears and still kept moving forward. You saw you when you chose to believe, even though your circumstances had not given you a clear reason to hope. You have never been invisible before me. I am sending you something good. an unexpected support, a powerful turnaround so strong that the voices that once doubted you will no longer know what to say before what I do. Not because you need to prove your worth before them, but because I want you to know that my word over your life is greater than every conversation around you. The things that once made you bow your head will no longer have the right to define you. The seasons that once exhausted you will no longer be allowed to say that your story only ends in delay. I am stepping into the places you thought had been silent for too long, touching the things you thought had been forgotten, and opening the answer you once did not know how to expect. I have never been unfaithful to what I promised, and I will not begin that in your life today. There are promises that, when first planted in your heart, seem too great compared with your present circumstances, too far from the reality you were seeing, and too difficult to believe when every outward sign said the opposite. But you must remember that what I speak does not depend on the convenience of time, nor is it limited by the way you calculate with your understanding. There are things I have prepared that still stand firm even as days pass, even when you think they have been delayed. Even when you begin to wonder whether you heard wrongly, I have not forgotten what I placed in you. I have not abandoned what I began. And today, I am drawing you back to the faith that a shift can still happen. Good news for you is drawing near, but I do not want you to lose peace by trying to figure out every path I will use. How I work is my part. Your part is to keep your heart steady. Continue believing. Continue walking uprightly. And continue staying close to me, even when the scene around you has not yet changed. Do not let delay make you doubt, my love. Do not let difficult days make you release the promise that once lit up your heart. I am working deeper than what your eyes can see. And when the answer appears, you will understand why I told you not to leave the position of faith. Open your heart, stand firm, and receive with humility, because what is coming is not only to make you happy for a moment, but to remind you that I have always seen you, always remembered you, and always led you toward a better place.